him wisely and service for our town government. We ask this in our holy name. Amen. Proceed to the flag, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to welcome everybody here this evening. Is there anybody in the audience that would like to address the board at this time, public forum? If not, thank you. I need a motion to approve the minutes of March 14th,
I found a discrepancy on page 11.
page 11.
We were going to have the work session on the seeker. That was to do the long form, not the short form. In the minutes it says short form.
Okay.
So I'm quite sure that's accurate.
I believe you're right. Any other corrections in the minutes? If not, I need a motion to approve as amended.
So with that
With that
correction.
one correction.
Second.
I have a second. Is there any other questions on the minutes? March 14th meeting. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. You have your code officer's reports and your permits as issued. You have your minutes of the zoning board of appeals, February 16th meeting. We have two letters that was sent to David Coonan and Norm Kostovsky that were appointed to the board last month. Okay.
All set on that.
They're all set. They will be reminded the next week or so. The training for that board assessment review is April 26th in Plattsburgh in the evening. They will be notified about a week ahead of time. Just for information only, we have a letter from the county treasurer's office and a check for $5,618. It's a payment in lieu of taxes for the North Country Pipeline Corporation. For information only. We did receive a check for $88,676.49 from the county treasurer's office. It's the first quarter sales tax reimbursement to the town. It's less than it was last year, just for information only. We have a letter from New York State Department of Recreations pertaining to a possible grant funds you can apply for. I didn't see where we would qualify. Mickey got a letter from the Cook County Health Department pertaining to septic system installation. You got that one down?
Yes.
Mickey, you all got that? They're handled by the health department, I believe.
Yes, every year they send out these forms and any new regulations that they may or may not have. And the forms are available here if anybody applies for a building permit to construct a new house. And they want to make sure that they have septic approval from the health department before we issue any permits.
Okay.
So we help them, they help us type thing.
This next one is from Law Department of Corporate Counsel. It's it's something they've asked us to endorse. Many of the towns have. It's for jury award for future loss earnings for many public employers. We have two copies of it. I think one was Plattsburgh Town and the other was Beaton Town. We've been asked to endorse this. I have no problem with Scholar Falls. We also have theirs. If we would like to join on this, all we do is make a motion to approve that, if it's the will. Any motion? If not, we'll pass that one by. Board of Assessment Review, I mentioned that a minute ago, on April 16th. Just a reminder, the real property tax office here, and this building is open every Friday this month, every month. We have a letter from the Champlain Village pertaining to flushing of fire hydrants and water lines, including the landfill and water districts. That's this week, April 10th through the 14th. That has already started, I do believe. I need a motion to approve, if so desired, PERMA is the Public Employees Insurance Group, insures our compensation, I believe it is. For their board of directors, there's a person in Westport that's running for that position on the board of directors, Donald McIntyre. It's the will of the board, I'd like to appoint, vote for him.
Make a motion to approve Donald
McIntyre.
McIntyre.
Is there a second to that motion?
Second.
Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Opposed? We got a letter from New York State Environmental Conservation pertaining to Clean Water Act. We get those almost on a daily basis from them. We got a letter from the Attorney General's office pertaining to a neighborhood watch for community home and safety. It's a possibility. I don't know if that's something that would be useful or pertain to our community or not, but we did get a letter from that. You have your JCEO monthly reports. This is a comprehensive report from last October 2005 through March 2006. It served a lot of people. Alan, Highway Department.
Yeah, I just got word that the new truck, we should be getting it the 28th of April. It's, right now it's still at Viking, putting the snowplow on, it's leaving there Friday, hopefully Friday, it's going to Canton to get the body put on, and from there it'll be delivered here. And as far as the work I want to get done on roads this summer, as far as paving, it's up to the county right now, to the amount of money that, for the asphalt. It's not a sure thing what we're gonna be paying. It went up $2 a ton, but the actual dollar hasn't come out yet. So it's pretty hard to put together what, it's gonna cost to do the road. If anybody is interested, all the dirt that's been drawn here in the last couple of days, that's gonna be used to fill the golf course ditch this summer. I would've had a place to dump it on the golf course, it would've went there, but there was no feasible place that's good hard for the trucks back in there, so we dumped it here. We'll let it dry out, and this summer we'll bring it over there.
It came to us at no cost.
Yeah, that's right, it's not costing us anything.
It costs us nothing to get it here. Anything else, Alan?
That's it.
We have a letter that we sent to the county thanking them for the use of the county snowplow truck during 3 months this winter. We got a nice letter from James and Susan Sorrell pertaining to Alan and his crew that did some work up near their house on Perry's Mills Road. Jules, on the building committee, anything to report there on the progress of the,
The work is about half done on the outside,
yes,
and they won't be back till next week sometime.
they've had a nice spring to work. Made some headway for sure, and the building's starting to look a little different.
And then we're checking some of the, get louvers to put up on top, the roof.
Okay,
And
ventilation,
yeah, but they haven't got any quotes on that yet.
okay.
I'm waiting for some.
Anything else on the building committee?
And I don't know if this goes along with the building, but I went out with Mickey to check out something on the water on the West Duval Road. We have the pump station there, and we're having a problem with it because it's too low. And we met with the village to see about raising this, which is our obligations. And if we raise this, we can take that building right out of there. And the raising of it, if we had to buy one liner, which is about $375, they can use the same top, we can save them $300, cement top. And we'll probably see if the village will raise the pipes, because they'll have to be elevated, and have to put another vent, because it's too much moisture in there. Everything is rusting in it, you know.
So, we're gonna do away with the building?
No, we'll do away with the building, because it needs repairs, and we don't need, they don't need it there all in,
Okay.
to start with. If you put a manhole there, then we'll have to probably get alcohol, fuel the dirt around that thing, because what's happening, all the water from the road, and it's running right into that.
Okay.
But we'll have to do a little bit more investigation on this thing, you know. I got prices on the cement pipe and all that stuff already.
Someday I'd like to go up there, I haven't been there, I don't know exactly what.
Next time we're up, we'll,
Yeah, I'm available, I'd like to
I'd
go
like
up
to go
there.
too.
okay, well, I'll let you know ahead of time.
Yep. Anything else on the building committee?
That's it on the building, for me.
Um,
Commission, that's it.
I know nothing on the grants committee, does either one of you,
No, just what we had talked about last week, yeah.
the board of assessment review would be nothing this time of year, I don't
No.
believe, so, John. Water and sewer committee, brings us back to Mickey.
We had a meeting today with the EFC and this woman, this Diane Purley from RCAP Solutions. They're a nonprofit organization which will do an income survey of the South Street residents for that district formation. Depending on what that shows, we could score higher on the grant application. So we're working with them, with the engineers, to try to get this pre-application grant filled out. And that'll determine who we can apply for money for this. Originally, we hoped to do this project this year, but it doesn't look like this will happen much before next year. That's about it as far as shared services and the grant that we applied for between Rouse's Point, Champlain, and us. That's still tentatively set to be awarded sometime in May. No one's changed their story yet on the opening date, so we're still holding to the May deadline. Hopefully they'll announce. They had 250 some applications statewide for $2.3 million, so I don't know how much we would get out of the 300,000 we applied for. Hopefully we get some to do the study.
Okay. Just referring back to this income study that's gonna be done on South Street project, there's no cost to the town other than postage that I can think of. I asked that question today. It's I'm not gonna say it's free, it's a service provided. Nothing's free in store, but there's no cost to the town other than postage I can think of, which is minimal. Anything else on the water and sewer, either Councilman or Mickey?
The only other thing, we had a couple pipe breaks in the past couple weeks. The village repaired, that's going good. We did get parts for the hydrants that were broke, but they're the wrong size, so we have to reorder the seals. But on the topic of that hydrant, the reason that hydrant apparently failed is when whoever closed it, there was a stone in the bottom of it, and it tore up the seal. So that could have happened to whoever used it. So I don't know. I know last time we had a meeting, we were sort of gonna go after the DOT to pay for this, but I don't see where you could really fault them, because there was a stone in the pipe that tore up the seal. Although they should not be playing with the hydrants, I think we need to send them a letter stating that nobody plays with those hydrants. I mean, we have to pay for the water on it. So if they have truckers coming for water out of our hydrants, they can use the dry hydrants down in the river, but not the village hydrants. So I don't know how the board feels about that, but that's about a $300 repair bill to repair that hydrant.
Are they sure it was a stone?
Yeah.
Because if you open the hydrant, that should flush the material out.
I think they were closing it.
Or we're closing it, and apparently there was a stone wedged in the way they're made. I don't know what kind. Woody gave me the seal, he showed it to me. It's clearly torn up by something, so he said it's probably a stone, so.
When we do those shared services meetings, do we put that in the paper?
Shared services, yeah.
Those, so the public can
Yeah.
come in and give us ideas and stuff?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah, it's an open meeting, anybody can attend those.
all right. I just wanted to make sure that way if anybody and
Anybody asks.
either of the
anybody
three.
can-
Oh,
Want to give us any ideas? Some they might have.
Anything else on the water and sewer? Well, the landfill committee, I don't know if I told Jules that the pipe up there has been fixed. You knew that? Okay. We had a pipe up there that needed fixing. I mentioned it to Alan. He had it fixed. I notified him that it was fixed and to get back to me. It was,
John Paul and I will be going up there probably next week,
okay.
depending on the weather. If we get a lot of rain, we'd rather go after heavy rain to walk through it, see any damages through the winter.
Okay.
We'll be doing that probably next week.
Pick all the papers while you're going through, will you?
That's light duty work, isn't it?
All that light duty? You're bending.
Is there anything else? Is the committees?
Yeah, on the highway committee there, we're gonna get
Oh, yeah.
together with Alan probably next week or the week after to go over the road deal. Still frost on the ground, so that's all.
Okay.
That'll be, not next week, the week after, definitely.
Review the roads, decide which ones we're gonna do for
Yeah.
sure, and extend that list at least a couple of years out if possible.
So we're gonna bring that up to
Yes.
snuff again.
Any other committee reports? I don't believe there is. I need a motion to approve the monthly bills.
I make a motion to approve the monthly bill.
I'll second.
Any questions on the monthly bills? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. I need a motion to approve the post audit bills.
Make a motion to approve the audit bills.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any questions on the post audit bills? All those in favor? Opposed? That's also carried. Just for your information, there's a sixth annual town finance and management school coming up. I will not be attending that. I need a motion. Is there anything else to bring before the board? Any member? Yes, Mickey.
I've got a couple things. Had a Mr. Kevin Lucia call me, and he's willing to pick up all types of scrap metal, used cars, etc. around the town. There's no cost for the service. Somebody looking for scrap metal apparently. And he has a phone number, and it's 643-8823. If anyone's interested, I'll have it here. And the other thing is, in the past 3 weeks, I've been called out by the fire department 4 different times to fires. One just tonight. And in each case, they were all started by burning barrels. In the dry conditions, paper or whatever gets out, it gets away, and the fire department gets called. People need to realize that burning of garbage is illegal. If the county sheriff's department responds to that or is called to it, the minimum fine is $250. If the DEC comes where it's a solid waste violation, it's $1,500 is the fine. Now, the fire department, this afternoon, there was 5 trucks out there, and 6, 7, 10 men, and the equipment and the cost. And on another garbage fire. Burn barrels are not allowed, they're illegal. So, once someone has a fire, to me, that's adequate notification, warning, whatever you decide it is, but my response is I'm gonna call the sheriff's department and let them issue the ticket. They have a lot more teeth in the law than if I issue a ticket. So I just want the board to know, I don't know what your feeling is on this, but these fires are out of control. It's gonna be 75 degrees tomorrow. It's gonna be dry, and I'm sure they're gonna be out again. This afternoon's fire, somebody lit it and they walked away and left it. They caught the woods on fire. So it's an unattended fire. And these things are dangerous, so fire department asked me to say something, so that's what I'm doing.
There was an article in the paper here not long ago about burning the spring because of dry conditions.
The only thing you can burn is wood or leaves. You cannot burn plastics, mattresses, cardboard, household garbage, stuff like that. You wouldn't believe what you see out there. Tires is another good one. There's always 2, 3 tire fires.
Good morning. I'm trying to read.
Yeah, people are dumping.
Okay.
You think it'd be any good to put something in the paper?
Well, the fire department already has had an article in the paper.
They have, I think it's, you know, I hate to say it, but I think if a few people end up going to court and paying fines for this type of stuff, eventually it'll stop, but
We're gonna
until,
get around quicker, right?
well, when it starts affecting your wallet, usually you respond accordingly, you know? I mean, I hate to see it come to that, but what else you wanna do?
It's not unusual, every spring, every fire department has a lot of grass fires and burn fires.
What it costs for fire trucks and equipment and the men today and all that, I think
Somebody got
we're
hurt.
better off left park.
If somebody got hurt either going to a fire or fighting a fire, it would be much more
Wasn't money whatsoever.
for human beings.
Town could pass the same
Well,
ordinance.
I don't know that it's
No, that would work.
our issue, I don't, you know,
We can do it.
it's probably sheriff's and fire department's issue.
Well, no, we have a town law that describes what burning is. And like I say, the only thing you can burn are branches and leaves, and it has to be an attendant fire. You can't light a fire and walk away from it.
If the law's on the books, it's there to be enforced, is all I can say. I don't know what else to say on that issue.
The county and the DEC has a bigger bite though.
Okay. I have no problem with that.
And they carry a gun and they got a badge. I don't.
We had somebody set fire in our wood behind Gerald Mayo about 2 weeks ago, right in the middle of the woods. There was a spot that the fire started, and there's no fire barrel around there that could get to it.
No lightning either, eh?
No lighting. But we saw a couple of kids, but we missed them. They went down, we were gone down the road. We see them going down the road, then we saw the fire after.
Well, it's dangerous.
The one on the Ridge Road wasn't a barrel either
I know that.
last week.
People start fires, I think the grass comes greener after it burns or something.
Well, those are some of the reasons that they give you why they started the fire.
Yeah.
Other than that the barrel was full and it just fell out and, you know, caught the grass on fire, but almost burned the neighbor's house down, but that's okay. I mean,
If the laws are in the book, I think we just need to adhere to the laws and to keep whatever's on the books. The teeth have to be into it through the sheriff's department, I have no problem with that either. They have an environmental control officer or something, I think.
yes,
Anything else?
that's all I have.
I need to go to executive session to discuss union contract. So if I can have a motion for that.
I'll make a motion to go into executive session, union contract.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
Is after
We,
the resolutions for not Montgomery Road, doesn't matter.
we can do those now.
Do that right now?
It doesn't matter, but they have to do those.
Yeah, we have a resolution to honor 4 firemen from the village of Rouse's Point. Now, I don't know if we want to read them all, it's just a resolution to adopt. Okay. Can I have a motion for that?
I'll make a motion to adopt 4 people on fire department license one.
Second.
Second. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried? Okay, we need to go to executive session. It shouldn't be long. We'll do that. Yes, I need a motion to come out of executive session, back into public session.
I'll make a motion to come out of executive.
Second.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried, we're back in public session. I need a motion to approve a tentative contract with the Teamsters Union.
I make a motion to approve the contract with the union for
I
the
second it.
employees.
Motion is second. I need a roll call vote on this. Craig?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Bruce?
Yes.
Jules?
Yes.
And yes for myself. I will notify our negotiator tomorrow morning in Syracuse. The paperwork will be drawn up, we're supposed to sign. Does anybody else have anything to bring before the board? If not, I need a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
All right.
Opposed? Carried. Thank you. We have a well,
If it doesn't pull back out, cut the pipe for a couple of years.
we have a well casing at the landfill that's been bent. We need to fix it so we can test the well properly. Okay,
That's it.
that's it. Thank you, Alan. Jules and John, do you have anything on the building committee?
We've been talking with Alan about getting some of that work done there. We're gonna hire one man to help them out to get those conditions over there because they've been on the road there quite a bit this winter, so they've had much time to work on it.
I don't assume, is anything on the grants committee for John and Craig? At this time, I don't believe.
No, just for the water and sewer, which is already in place, which I mentioned
Okay.
last month.
The board of assessment review, John, we probably have nothing there.
No.
The highway committee, Jules and John Paul.
We just went through that one.
Yeah.
Alan already.
Water and sewer committee. It's John Paul, Craig, and Mike Petro. Mike, you got down here sample requirements and,
Yes, what we've been doing in the past is the village of Champlain does all our sampling for us. They take care of the water system, basically. So it makes sense, they have the water operators with the licenses to do the sampling. But what's happened in the past is, because of the town of Champlain and the village of Champlain, we get the same notices from the health department, and we've been getting violations that these things weren't being done. So what I've done is, I've talked to the supervisor, Woody Kissel, in the village of Champlain, and he's got a master schedule of when they do their testing. They're gonna do ours at the same time, and we're gonna get a copy of the report. It's supposed to have been done that way, but for some reason or other, it fell through the cracks, and that's just basically where it's at now, so we got a better handle on it.
okay. The grant application, do you have anything on that, or you need to,
Weren't we supposed to?
Pass this one
We
here.
have a resolution
Yes.
for the shared services that she needs to do.
Good.
Yeah, it's just that.
Almighty God, who have blessed us with memory, reason, and skill, help us use them wisely in the service of our town government. We ask this in thy holy name, amen. To the flag. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to welcome everyone here this evening. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to address the board in public forum? Yes, Bill.
Just something brief, and I don't bring this up to be overly critical, and I'm not doing it to cause a big stir or anything. But I know it gets to this time of the year, and we all like to forget about the snow and wish we could get on with spring. But I know last year we had a late storm, and somebody came by my place and slipped into my rail fence and on the slippery road. And I know this past Saturday we had, when I went to 7:30 mass, we had a couple inches of snow, and when I came back, it was just a sheet of ice. And it was 9:30 when I got out of mass, and the road was a sheet of ice, and then plows didn't come by till sometime after 11. I know we don't like to use overtime this time of the year, and we like to, but I think we got another storm coming Thursday. And I know the board has always put pressure. My brother was highway superintendent. He always got kicked when the overtime was out there or the sand was out there. I think we got to treat the spring weather like we would if it was January, and not wait till it's out. We've had icy roads for a couple hours before we do something with it. So again, I'm not saying this to be overly critical. It's just an observation that it happened last year and happened again this year. That I think we had an accident or two Saturday evening.
Our plows, our sanders were out this past weekend.
9:35, everybody was called out.
Well, I got done through mass at 9:30,
9:35,
and about
everybody
11
was
o'clock
called
they.
out. 9, you were called out. 9:35, I called 4 guys out.
Yeah.
It takes a few minutes before they get here, and they're out.
Yeah, because the plows can't go any faster than the cars, I imagine. The sanders, yeah, the sanders can't go out there any faster than the cars, so they're traveling slow too. But I think it's important that we,
And we do call them out early if there's a storm coming.
Yep.
We had them in here at 4 o'clock in the morning, I believe, depending on the weather. we, the town board, do not tell Alan when not to call and when to call. We've allocated so much overtime per year. If we have to go over that, because there's a whole lot of storms, we still have to find money to do it, and we would. We generally think that a good job is being done on the highways as much as possible. If there's nobody else to address the board, I need a motion to approve the minutes of March 13th meeting.
Make a motion to approve the March 13th meeting.
Second. Is there any questions on the minutes? March 13th meeting. If not, all those in favor? Opposed? That's carried. We have a letter from the Emergency Management Agency pertaining to the flood insurance rate map. That's for your information only. This needs to be approved by September. And please read it over. We're going to get back to you on this one, and that's in the very near future. I'm going to look to the board, or anybody that would have any input. We need to appoint someone for the J.C.